What's up, wrestling fans? My name is Joe Cronin. Hit the sub button down below. It was a bittersweet pill to swallow in a way for many of the U.S. fans and even many fans around the world because the issue has become. I've been criticized on YouTube only by a few people. Many people in the U.S. and even around the world coming to defend me, understanding the issue, but many people not understanding the issue. You know, many people in the UK saying things like, now you know, and by the way, I have a huge followership in the UK and Ireland and Scotland and stuff like that. So, you know, most of these people must be, I'm assuming they're kids, but just in case there are actually adults that believe this, a lot of UK people said, well, now you know how we feel, USA, because we have to watch the show on tape delay too. And you can go search my Twitter feed. These people are saying that it's on tape delay. It is not on tape delay in the United Kingdom. I believe the WWE airs live for you as well. However, it's at 1 a.m. in the morning. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. When the WWE did the Beast in the East in Japan and it was 6 a.m. in the morning, I watched it because I wanted to know what happened. If I woke up in the morning and was spoiled, I wouldn't have been surprised because it already happened live and I could have watched it. However, SmackDown takes place in the U.S. around 8 p.m. Eastern Time U.S. If you're on the West Coast, a different time, and depending on what market you're in, it can be on a delay there as well. But what happens is when it's live in the U.S., it's live in the U.K. So if you go to bed and tape it and you get it spoiled for you in the morning, that's that kind of does stink, but it still can be your own fault. Because you could have watched it live if you really wanted to. And the only thing that ends up sucking is the fact that it's so late for you to have to watch it. That's the thing that sucks. And everybody else finds out about it before you. But you could have watched it live if you really wanted to. Or you could have woken up and not checked social media and immediately turned on your DVR in the United Kingdom or wherever you are, and you could have watched it. But in the U.S. the other day, we had no choice. It went down in the UK at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, my time, here in the US. I was unable to find a broadcast of it anywhere, but it went down at that time. That's what time it was taped. Now, the people in the arena saw it happen, and the people saw it happen at home, from what I understand. My question is to the UK audience, was the show on a delay for you still as well? Did you see it late at night, or did you see it on television live? Or did you see it at the normal time when you would usually watch it late at night? That is my question. If that is the result, then I understand. If SmackDown went down in the UK the other night, and it was live there in the arena, but not live anywhere else, then I could see that happening. However, videos came out of this right as it was happening, which leads me to believe that they broadcasted it live in the UK, but not live anywhere else. And the fact is, the WWE spoiled one of the best results to happen on SmackDown in a long time. One of the biggest surprises in a long time. The WWE Championship changed hands in the main event on SmackDown. Something that had I not known about 6 hours earlier, via tons of social media spoilage, etc., 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 and other things, I would have marked out of my mind. I would have been running around the living room. I might have been jacking off, for all I know. Hell, I might have grabbed a spoon and started eating my own cum, because I was that surprised at what was happening. But that didn't happen because 6 hours before, I was spoiled. And while that was somewhat exciting to get that news, the news throughout the day and the night kind of just watered itself down and spread out evenly, rather than have one giant explosion of hype for SmackDown. Number one, it cost me money. Number two, it cost the social media explosion that would have happened all at one time, and you would have trended everywhere. Okay? And you ruined my reaction for it. Number three, you ruined me personally, my reaction for it. And also, all the people out there just spoiling it for everybody, just sending it to people, tagging people in it, and it becomes more about being the first one to tell your friend about it than anything else, and we lost the true reaction of it. This was the first time since, I believe, 2002 that the title had changed hands on a SmackDown event. Are you kidding me? And this is a case of WWE just can never do anything right. I don't want to be here complaining about this. I am happy that AJ Styles is the champion. And I think most of you guys are too. But they always seem to just not do it right 100% every time. And I don't know why that is. You gotta... Had this happen in the U.S., or had this happen live, or had the U.S. had the rest of the world, had everybody had the ability to watch this live at the same time, it would have been a different story. Because we would have popped here too, even if it was 1 in the morning, or even if it was 3 p.m. in the afternoon, you know, we would have been watching it. I'm sure there would have been some people that bitched, like, oh, you know, I missed it because I was at work, and things like that. And yes, that's true, that would stink, but there would be a replay of it, you know what I mean? And again, you could have watched it, you could have, if it was that important, you could have DVR'd it, and it still wouldn't have been, you know, the most ideal situation, but it would have been a lot better. You would have had a lot more live people watching. And it could have been done so that everybody would have saw it live. If it was done in the U.S., if this was done in the U.S., let's just flip-flop it real quick. If it was done in the U.S., UK would have saw it live at night. All the UK listeners that I have that call my show all the time, that are staying awake for this. People in other countries staying awake at 3 in the morning for this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 and 4 in the morning when people from the UK are calling my show to talk about and review the show. You talk about commitment, and I don't want to take away from them. Okay, I don't want to say like they shouldn't have got, like, it was awesome give back for the WWE to do this in the UK. And I think that is the positive you can take from this, is all the nights that the people in the UK sit up and the people in these other countries have to be up late watching this shit, usually a horrible show, and they're committed to the WWE, even if they aren't happy with it, even if they hate it, they will still watch to get that couple ounce of excitement, those couple ounces of excitement, those few matches that are really good, and to see maybe their favorite wrestlers and whatever, the commitment of these people, and then to call the Joe Cronin Show and talk to me at 4 in the morning or to try to get through to my show. I mean, this commitment is unwavered, is unmatched by the UK audience and by the people in the United Kingdom, the people in Ireland, the people in Scotland, the people in Nova Scotia, Canada. I don't know why I said Nova Scotia, Canada, but I think it's because of Scott McKinnon, yeah. But no, I'm just kidding. I wanted to mess around with Nova Scotia there. Sorry, Scott. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Nova Scotia, by the way. I meant to say Norway, the people in Norway, and the people in all those different areas who, you know, are committed so much that they're up at that time watching. I used the wrong N-word, by the way. Kind of like that guy who in high school, a couple days ago, a high schooler wrote, "Get out of our town, N-word boy." And they said there was a hate crime, and there was all this uproar, and it was crazy. However, there was a video camera in the parking lot, and the kid wrote it on his own car, faking an act of racism. And they're not going to charge him with a felony. So this is a complete separate note from wrestling, but if you guys want to get attention out there and you're not white, just write on your car something really racist and try to make a story out of it. You may get national attention. Go for it. And possibly you will not be charged because of your privilege. Oh, my God. Someone just sent me that story on Twitter. They said that this is like a Dan Kennedy situation. But no, seriously. So I'm going to go out on my car, and I'm going to write on my car, WWE hates us, and then I'm going to put an American flag on the car, and I'm going to say the WWE hates us, and I'm going to say the WWE created a hate crime against Americans by having this, WWE Championship defended over in the UK, and then we found out about it 6 hours before we were able to see it, and it was spoiled everywhere. And let's not forget the WWE spoiled it on their own website. They wrote it on WWE.com before it aired, and then they put out tweets that were like provocative about, oh, something crazy happened, you know, and it's just like, how terribly mistimed is this, and sad is this? So WWE, you have created a hate crime against the American people and the North American people and everybody else that you spoiled it for who wasn't able to see it because everybody else was on tape delay as well. So what do you guys think? Was this a terrible crime that happened here for everybody to be spoiled? Or, you know, fuck it, let's all take one for the team and just be happy that the UK got to see it. I am very happy for them. But I am also really just baffled at the fact that they couldn't see how that kind of sucks, and everyone should have saw it live. And I have no other words to say about it. I'm not really pressing the issue too much. I'm just kind of asking the question. And how long before? Here's the question I want to ask. If you don't have a comment about everything I just said about the broadcast and what happened, down below in the comment section, let me know. When will, because it's not an if, right? It's a when. Or maybe it is an if to you, I don't know. When will Jinder Mahal recapture the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? When will he recapture it? And when will his rematch be? Or will those two go together? I don't know. You tell me in the comment section down below, and we'll talk about that in one of the next videos. I love you guys. I love everybody. And welcome to the Joe Cronin Show that's listened to all over the world by everybody, by hardcore fans from every country, every race, every religion. We talk a lot of shit here. So if you got a weak stomach, if you get offended, this ain't going to be the place for you. But what I can tell you is, my show is listened to by every race, every religion, in every single country around the world. And almost more than 50% of my listeners are non-white. We have a diverse audience that will destroy and gobble up the haters, put them all into a jar, and punt it out to sea for them to sink to the grave and the shallow hell that they've created for themselves. Look at AJ Styles' mouth. It is wide open in this photo, and I'm ready to go. Hit me up on Twitter if you guys have anything else you want to say, at Real Joe Cronin. Also, a little side note, Justin Bailey's Twitter was suspended indefinitely. That means terminated. They say suspended, but they mean terminated. So if anybody wants to give a shout out to my buddy Justin Bailey, his new Twitter handle is at Justin Bailey IN. Used to be IND, now it's IN. So hit him up there. I'm at Joe Cronin. I'm at Real Joe Cronin. Hit us up on Twitter. Tonight we'll do Out of Nowhere live. Now that we have all hopefully the internet issues fixed. Out of Nowhere live tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. Sorry, it's not on tape delay. And we'll see you there live for that. Watch these other videos if you missed them on my YouTube channel. You guys might have missed out on these fucking things. I am sipping some tea and some coffee, so you know in about 30 minutes I'm going to be off the fucking wall. Woo! 30 by 30 Fric Flair.